Great news! You are now allowed to work until you die, but the best part is you can now do it from anywhere. Let me explain, but first, I need to get out of the sun. It's hot out here. We started Bus Life because we wanted to live small, be free, be frugal. And Bus Life was for, wow, it's dark in here. Bus Life was for us. We thought it was going to be an affordable, safe, and happy way of spending our retirement years. But lately, I've been watching the numbers, my numbers, and honestly, they're just not adding up. I don't know. Maybe yours aren't adding up either? Okay, so this video is not about politics, individuals, individual parties. It's not about any of that. All right, maybe just a little bit, but it's not about divisive politics and people and certain parties. It's real life, and I think that's just a little bit more important than the drama nonsense reality TV show that everybody else seems to enjoy. And so, and I apologize for the glare behind me, but I'm too damn hot and lazy to get up and move. This video is about the truth instead. It's about real life economic policies, changes in condition, changes in everything that affects you, I, the American dream, everything that we'd all hoped for, worked for, assumed was going to happen. We're going to have to make our own because the old one is not working anymore. Okie dokie, let's start with where math falls apart and reality sets in. Or basically, why this life costs so damn much. By the way, I'm sitting in a creek. It's really hot. And yeah, for all you people who complain that I say this all the time, but I'll tell you more later. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, fuel prices. Okay, that is way too much in the sun. And now that I wear glasses again, by the way, if you're not on Patreon, you'll understand the creek that I'm in and why I'm wearing glasses. But I'll beg for money later. Let's move this somewhere where it's not quite so bright and shiny. I won't get my eyes burned out and I can talk to you. Fuel prices. I don't know if the energy companies just aren't getting enough. I don't know if they're 10,000% profit, what with the subsidies and tax breaks and all. If we didn't pay them exorbitant amounts of money, we literally are paying, well, now that we're out of California, between $4 and $8 a gallon for diesel. We get 8 miles to the gallon. Yeah, I know it's not eco-friendly, but it is what it is. It's just not affordable. It's every time we fuel up the bus, every time we drive, it feels like we're making a bank account withdrawal or applying for a mortgage, one of the two. It's just not, we've had to change our entire life because of it. Okay, I need to stand up and pace a little bit for this because, wow, these new glasses really make everything wonky. This is a big one. When we first started this whole nomadic life a couple of years ago, we drove a lot. I mean, like every week we had at least 1, 2, maybe 3 different going from here to there excursions. It got expensive really quick, and it's even more so now, to the point that, well, I'll tell you where we are. We're at friends, Gabe and Heidi, in a little spot up in Oregon. They have this place next to a very cool creek. I mean, it's seriously off-grid, and we're here for, I think, 6 weeks. The biggest reason, other than the fact that we like them, is this is what we can afford fuel-wise. Our new paradigm, our new nomadic lifestyle is going to involve driving once, parking long. Places you park are also a big deal. We just can't afford the fuel. There was, even at $4 and change a gallon, it gets to be a lot of money when you want to go from one place to another. So we are now picking major points of interest. We are parking, staying, using the smart car, which gets 50 miles to the gallon, and using it as a hub because we just cannot take the bus on long trips anymore. Just can't afford it. I want to sit over there to tell you the next part, which means I have to brave the raging creek. Oop, I always start with the wrong foot. There we go. Oh, let's see, this is going to be slippery as hell, isn't it? No, it's not too, holy moly, that's chilly. This creek is not fed from a glacier. It just comes out of the ground, but on a hot day, it feels good. We live on Social Security and a 401k. Now, I'm not going to get into Social Security and the pitiful amounts of money that it pays you and what certain people in certain administrations may be trying to do with it. But the 401k, that was supposed to be the basis for our retirement. It's our financial plan. The markets have been so volatile, with tariffs this and mismanagement that. Just everything that's going on just ripples down into, the market, which means where I used to count on maybe $1,000 a month coming in, interest and dividends and whatnot, I get nothing now. Every now and then you get a big bump. Look at the end of the month, you go, oh, look, I made $1,000. But most of the months since the new administration, it's been losing thousands of dollars. Basically, the 401k losses are wiping out the Social Security payment of $2,600 a month, and we're digging into that 401k and living off of the principal. And we just last month dipped below this magic line that I had set in my head that said, we can't go any farther than this, or we're just not going to make any interest money. It's no longer a part of our retirement plan. And that scared me. It scared me to the point that I honestly don't know how we're going to maintain this lifestyle. I mean, we started this because it was supposed to be cheap and affordable and live in a bus, be a minimalist. And even that is proving to be impossible. So here's this is not going to end well. Here's the unvarnished truth, and that which the thumbnail of this video promised you. We're never going to be able to stop working. People my age, people coming up to my age. You can't have the American dream and retire and live on nothing to live on. We are literally going to have to work forever, which means Nikki and I have to figure out how we're going to work to support ourselves. Here we thought putting in 40 some years of effort into the economy, into the workplace, and paying our dues. And now I got to go back and start all over again. I almost feel like a 20-year-old trying to find his first job just so, he can move out and afford something. Now, by the way, it's not all out. Bugs out here. Hang on. It's not all gloom and doom. I mean, we do get to stay in beautiful places like this. And I'm so happy that my friends have family who have 120 acres up here. There are worse places to live and possibly work. But still, the stress, the constant wondering. I'm 64 years old. Okay, maybe according to the numbers, I'm supposed to live another 12 and a half years. I think I probably got a little bit more in me than that, but hell, that's the scary part too. If I live to 89, 98, how the hell am I going to afford that? Okay, well, we're going to be doing some things. Like I mentioned, we are changing the way we travel. We are staying in one place for longer. We are staying in places like this or on BLM land, things that just don't cost money. I mean, there's no way we're going to afford a $60, $70, $90 a night RV park. Not that we'd even want to. So, yep, part of our lifestyle is finding free and cheap and easy places to live. Mostly means the West Coast. We're also going to have to cut down on, things that normally we took for granted, like stepping over here. A couple weeks ago, we were down in the Redwood Forest, and they have a zoo in Eureka. And we went, the video's popping up around here somewhere, and it was fun. We got to go on a little rope bridge that hanged out over some redwood trees. It was $25 a person to do that. Now, I justified it by saying, this is for, bugs. More bugs. I justified it by saying it's for the YouTube channel, but that was $50 that I didn't have. Our lifestyle not only involves trying to find better ways of earning money, not busting the budget on major items, but the small things. How is life supposed to be enjoyable if you just can't do the small things? It's going to devolve into every penny just goes to living. Now, I know a lot of people do that. I know that's the norm for a lot of folks. But I didn't expect this. I busted my ass off for most of my adult life to get to a certain point with some planning. I'm just where everybody else is, struggling hard. It shouldn't be like this. America, land of the free and the American dream. It seems like every other country in the world takes care of their people, their humans. And I don't know, unless you're Elon Musk, you just can't seem to make it into the afterlife of post-life, because there is no post-work life. All right, I'm getting really worked up. Calm, zen. Right. Well, what's next on our agenda for today? Okay, back across the creek we go in my new glasses that make everything feel like I'm on a boat. Whoa, that was not good. Maybe I should pay attention instead of talking to you. Hang on, this is fun. All right, 1, 2, 3, up, and there we go. 1, 2, and we're back. You see, now it's in shade over here. I am not leaving this creek because it is literally 90 degrees and full sun up there where the solar panels are providing us with Mother Nature's electrical goodness. That's Bill the puppy. If you look at Bill the puppy's face, full of black parts. He apparently has been bitten by rattlesnakes about, 200 times. One day he'll learn. Come on over here, puppy. Oh, God, where was I? I'm distracted by a dog. Now, part of me wants to be a Pollyanna and say, it's just a downturn. It's just the administration. Hang it out for a few more years and who knows what'll happen. But sadly, this is the new norm, I think. It is brutal. I mean, there are aspects like healthcare, for instance, unaffordable American healthcare. That hasn't changed in decades and never will. This seems to be what America wants. You have to strive to be the best. And if you're not, it's okay as long as, you can watch somebody else make it and live vicariously through them. The way we live in this country, and I'm especially feeling it now that I am retired, it's not going to change. This is indeed my life. And I can't go, oh, Rick, it'll get better and just hold on, because then I won't have anything. This is stuff that I have to plan for the worst, because whether I believe the worst is going to happen or not, I can't afford it if it does. So you got to make the best of it, I suppose. Whining is over, at least for the most part. How am I going to fix it? Well, we've already talked about a lot of things. Nikki and I are going to have to go back to work. She's actually kind of looking forward to it. She's a nurse by trade and is kind of looking to get into that. I used to be a software engineer, used to be pretty damn good at it. I also pretty much hated it, so I'm not going to be going back to that. But there's got to be things that I can do remotely to earn money. Maybe YouTube will actually start paying me. There's other opportunities like work camp. We've been running into so many people and talking to them. You go to a campsite run by Forest Service or somebody. They have camp hosts. They don't pay all that well, but you get to stay there for free. You get all your utilities for free. And someone like the last guy we were talking to, he says, I work 2 days on, 3 days off. I can certainly do that. Have enough money to augment the Social Security. Things like that are what is going to become our new norm. Now, it's not that bad. I guess the American thought, dream, hope, wish, park in your Barcalounger in your suburban home and pretend like you're living the same life you had when you were working, but you're not. Yeah, I have to dissuade myself of that belief. It ain't going to happen. It will never happen for me. Short of playing the lottery or winning at a casino, and so far those haven't happened. Nope. Got to make some wholesale changes, smart wholesale changes. And by the way, this video isn't just about me. I'm not actually making this video to complain about any political party, about any struggles that I may be having. Well, okay, maybe a little bit. I really needed to get it off my chest. Thank you for listening. I think it might be about all of us. All of us of a certain age, all of us who are eventually going to be of a certain age. Planning and lifestyle and thoughts and mentality have to change. None of us can assume that everything's going to be okay. The world is not geared for that anymore. My parents, the boomer, the greatest generation, or whatever they were, I think they were something beforehand. You went and bought a house, the house appreciated tremendously. You worked at a place that gave you a pension. And when my father retired, he had Social Security. He had federal government pension. He had several $100,000s in the bank from previous houses and a home that was paid off. People of his generation, the American dream was real. I'm just one generation away, not even a full one. And that didn't work out. Yeah, I caught the early, buy a house, make money. That all stopped. Nobody does pensions anymore. There's no company loyalty from businesses anymore. We all have to think differently. And I don't know what your situation is. We chose a bus. We chose a nomadic life, mostly because we love it. Also because we thought it was going to be affordable. Whatever your variety is, whatever your version, we all going to have to put our thinking caps on, I do believe, and make the American dream a little bit different. Oh, whoa, hi. Apparently I'm still a city boy and cannot walk in the great forest. In the Patreon video that I had put up, and I promised you I would talk about Patreon, the last video out was called Creek Beer. Creek Beer, that was it. Let me see if I can get you down here where you can see it. Creek Beer. Basically, you throw your cans of beer into the creek, and I guarantee you that water's at least 60 degrees, if not colder. Let me adjust you again. Yeah, Creek Beer. I think I'm going to avail myself of them. I'm going to sit down here in this beautiful, beautiful, cooler landscape and, well, do some planning. Think about you, think about me. And I also want to pat myself on the back because did you notice, like I said up front, I didn't say one disparaging word about you-know-who. God, that took a lot of determination and effort. Nope. And I'm not going to do it now. Sorry to disappoint. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos.
I will step down when I'm